I'm Dr. Stephen Gafanti, founder of Rocket Phonics Foundation. I created Rocket Phonics because my daughter didn't want to learn to read. She was fine doing phonetic words. Stop, pot, pat, phonetic words. But my brother-in-law worked at a sign shop. And so when Stephanie went to see him, she said to her mom, "Mommy, what does S-I-G-N-S spell?" My wife said, "Oh, that's signs. The first S sounds like an S, the last S sounds like a Z. The G is silent, the I says its name, and the N is My daughter thought that changing the sounds of letters, putting in silent letters, that made no sense to her whatsoever. So she just politely said, "I'm sorry, Mommy, I'm not going to learn to read." So I created a bunch of games. We taught her stuffed animals to read. And while the stuffed animals never caught on, by 3rd grade, Steph was reading at 12th grade level. And so at that point, I was curious, does this just work for little girls? Or has it got more use than 2 people?
A pure phonetic system like Rocket Phonics is highly unique. It breaks the English language down into pure phonetics, which is actually how people learn both language and reading. Children that are not able to read at grade level will tend to recycle, poverty, incarceration. So it's a societal issue as well as just a practical thing. I need to read. It's the total impact on the community.
Dr. Gafanti approached us at my former school where I was a VPK teacher. They brought the program to our school, and when we started working with him, he kind of introduced what the program was for, showing us how it can be a tool that's helpful for us as teachers in the classroom with phonological awareness. For me, it's very important that education and our children are given every way, shape, and form they can possibly get in order for them to be successful. And so Rocket Phonics kind of was introduced into our classroom. We maneuvered it, we played with it, we saw what worked, what didn't work, and it gave us the ability to also show where our children were at in our classroom at the time.
We really liked the one-on-one attention with the volunteers that is provided through Rocket Phonics, and as we looked through the book and the program and the data that was presented, it was very promising, and we were excited and hopeful for all the things that it could do for our students. We're just seeing a lot of confidence develop in our students. We're seeing reading growth. Typically we see at least 1 grade level after 4 weeks of meeting with the tutors 3 times a week for a very short period of time. So it's all very exciting, and the kids are engaged and they see their own success and they want to be a part of it.
When communities have children that read, children have greater imaginations, they play better, they just feel a sense of self-esteem that you can't encounter or get in any other circumstance.
I love that it's a multiple modality learning tool. Lots of kids have different types of learning modes. Some kids are auditory learners, some kids are verbal, kinesthetic, and it really encompasses all those learning modes. And I know because my son struggled a little bit in school as well, and he had trouble with auditory, and so he had to learn things visually. And so it makes a really big difference that you have a program that addresses all the different learning modes. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I really appreciate about Rocket Phonics. It's not just phonics, it's addressing your learning mode as well.
Rocket Phonics is important because it allows students to be at their level and to grow from there into the readers that they're determined to be. And without Rocket Phonics, our students wouldn't have that mentorship and that partnership in that journey. And Rocket Phonics has really allowed our students to close that literacy gap. And in doing so, our students are more confident readers, and we couldn't ask for more.